Starting off?
Hello, everybody, and
We'll get better at this eventually.
We will one day. Hello, everybody, and welcome in to another night of the Saints broadcast. A late one here tonight, but just as exciting nonetheless, because we're deep into NACE playoff seasons now. We've got Valorant moving into that round of 8. We saw them qualify through that round of 16 earlier this week, and now they have a match and a half on their hands. Florida International University there, FIU. They're going to be taking actually a seed higher than the Saints here in this top 8. We got Saints at the 5th seed, FIU at the 4th seed. Joben, tell us a bit more about, just some of the history here.
Yeah, I guess Florida International is one of the best collegiate Valorant teams that there is in any region. They finished second in CVAL East Finals I think they felt the Fisher in that grand final. So these guys have already qualified for that CVAL online portion. They are ranked as one of those highest teams. I think we have actually some CVAL Hub rankings, some of those power rankings that people love to stir up drama on Twitter about. See where everyone's shaking. I think Owen did say there was some updates. I don't know if it's been released yet. Our NECC CVAL Hub resident expert there. I believe the Saints are at 12, and I think Florida International is sitting at 9 right now. So theoretically, by seeds alone, these two teams are going to be very, very evenly matched. We know Florida International, they've got a player, Tokyo, who's had a lot of VCL, NA qual experience. There's a couple other players on there that have a lot of T2 experience, and obviously, if you get to second in a packed CVAL conference, you definitely are going to be a team to mess with.
That's the thing. They've got the results behind them to really back up, just like their confidence going into the night. And, the Saints, they've been on a bit of a run themselves. Yeah. They don't have the same results behind them in CVAL and other tournaments like that. But regardless of which team finds the win tonight, it's going to be a tough bracket moving forward. We've got the rest of the NACE playoffs here as well. Moving in through this round 4,
stacked.
You move into that semifinals and you're facing Northwood, the winner of Northwood or SBU, and over towards the bottom, you've got Blinn on that side. You've got Mizzou, OC, WVU. Just is a stacked playoffs right here, to say the least.
This is like 6 of the top 12 seeds in all of collegiate, pretty much. The Saints are sitting at that 12 spot. Northwood, we know, the Red Bull Campus Clutch winner, sitting at that 1st or 2nd spot as usual. Blinn and Oklahoma Christian, again, along with Mizzou as well. I believe every single one of those teams has qualified for the online CVAL finals. So these are just about as good as it gets. And this is kind of like the bracket of death, just looking down. You see how stacked it's going to be. When you have teams like FIU that are ranked number 6 in all, or like number 9 in all of collegiate, and they still get a number 4 seed in the NACE bracket, you know how crazy things can be as far as stacked. But we are going to get into the maps as well. These players have to go somewhere to settle this dispute, and I think we are going to be seeing Lotus as the first map. So one that we have been seeing a little bit here and there, but not all the time. Haven, you know the story, and we're going to see Pearl as that potential map 3.
Yeah, these are, some that we've seen before. We saw the Saints actually get to play Pearl 2 days ago up in that earlier round of playoffs. Haven, one we've seen all throughout the season. I don't think I've had a Havenless series, at least even it being map 3 in there. We might have not made it there, but I've definitely seen it in that map selection. And Lotus, I still love seeing Lotus because it's still fairly fresh to me. A lot of teams banning this map out, a lot of teams not opting for the pick, which means, we just don't get to see it as much on broadcast. It's always exciting to me when we get to see that, and we get to kick off the series with Lotus as well.
Yeah, Lotus, it's one of those newer maps, so teams might not have the most experience. I do think the Saints are feeling confident. I'm not sure exactly whose map pick was what, but I know the Saints, they've been trying to scrim maps like Icebox, some maps like Pearl. They try to scrim some of the newer maps. You want to make sure you stay at least somewhat well-rounded as you go into this one. But before we go to a break here, so I guess since we have a second here, there is a little event going on at St. Clair tomorrow. Soccer Anime Fest is back better than ever. I am one of the people helping to run it, but we ran it at easy mode last year, had around 200 people. Cosplay contest, Smash contest, Tekken contest, you name it, we're going to have it tomorrow. We're going to have some killer merch that I'm going to show off later as well. So $10 entry fee at the door, and then it's going to be $10 to enter, each one of those tournaments as you go on. And lots of prizing, lots of cool giveaways, lots of cool other stuff that we're going to come out tomorrow with that we haven't quite announced yet. There's a couple other things, watch parties. If you like anime and you like anything to do with Saints Clair, you're going to want to come tomorrow and not miss this major event. But speaking of major events, we have a NACE playoff game to decide. Lotus is going to be the first battleground, and we are in Agent Select.
And starting it off, Gecko insta-locked from the side of FIU by 2002 Honda S2000 as well.
AKA Waffle.
Yeah, that is that is a name. And that is a username.
He came up to me and
right
told me
there.
because he's like, you might want to, this might be easier for you.
I'm going to call him Honda the whole series.
That's
He's
fair.
locked himself in for that one, but no. Waffle there picking up that Gecko. We see the Breach. Breach is what I've seen from almost every team except the Saints here on Lotus. They don't like to pick it up as much. We did see it a little bit when we had Gub play on Lotus for a few series earlier in the season. Him just being more of a Breach player on a few other maps as well, so kind of transferred over to that. But overall, actually pretty varied picks coming into this map here.
Yeah, and this is another one of those games where we just see the Saints kind of swapping agents. We know they have a deep agent pool. They like to play a lot of these different roles. Now you're going to see Sushi usually splitting time between that Killjoy and that Jet. He's going to be on the KJ for this game. The rest of these members, though, it's going to be that Sky, that Raze, that Omen, and that Viper to help round things out. So the Saints right now, I guess a little bit more of a reserved comp. You know, having the Gecko, having the Neon in the Breach, you definitely want to try to create a lot of these fights. You want to try to create a lot of these skirmishes. But with that being said, we are about to get underway with pistol round right now. And I guess, quick little note, I mentioned Tokyo earlier. This is probably going to be my player to watch for this series. Basically, that VLR, all T2 games, all Knights Monthly, all VCL qualifiers, all very, very high placements in a lot of these tournaments as well. So this game is rife with talent. Just curious who is going to be able to come out on top.
Yeah, that's the thing, and it's one of those games we very rarely, I mean, yes, getting deeper into playoffs, you're more expecting to see it, but how often do you see, you know, a 4th and 5th seed matchup? It's just not too often until you make it this far into the season. This is the payoff that we get here on the broadcast for making it all the way through that regular season. Now we get the games that are, regardless of the map picks, regardless of the starting series, you know it's going to be an absolute banger by the end of it. Starting off, looks like C is going to be the initial hit here from the Saints on attack. There's a full out execute there, but no damage really to be found. A little bit onto Tokyo there, but other than that, just creating the space for this plant. Saints going to be able to make it out 5v5 with the plant.
Yeah, Furzon going to go for the swing there. Caillou, though, is going to take him down for first blood. Plaza, though, answers back right away with that classic headshot. So, 4v4, Dizzy going to get thrown up for some information there. 4 tapping, couple shots. Not going to find that last one to find the kill. Tokyo is going to take him down. Gets traded back, Caillou. Nice little one tap over onto Plaza, and now it is all onto the Breach. He is going to go down to M's, and the Saints, just like that, they're going to take pistol on Lotus to start things off.
Yeah, pretty flawless pistol after the plant came down itself. I mean, great way to take the space there. They burnt a lot of utility to do it. You saw this the dog come out for the Trailblazer there from Caillou. Seth used the Paranoia. You had to use the blast packs and the paint shells as well. But it all worked in tandem to be able to give yourself a post plant with all 5 players up. And then you just play better trades after the fact there. And you're able to win out pistol round. Take a little bit of a bonus here for yourself. Ems opting for that Vandal. Everyone else back on the Spectres here.
Yeah, we see this hero rifle kind of get like tossed around. Sometimes 4 tapping has it. Sometimes Sushi has it. We've seen Caillou and Seth definitely have it. So these Saints kind of depends, I guess, what agent they're playing, what the setup is looking like. But looks like FIU set up toward the A side right now. The Saints right now kind of playing that default, seeing if they can bait any of these members. M is going to do just that. That Sheriff not going to beat the Vandal from that distance. That is going to be first blood over to the Saints. Now what they're curious what they're going to try to do off the side of this one now. Furzon getting tagged down from behind Mount. He is going to back off. Saints should have free access to C here.
Yeah, nice snake bite as well. Chunks out about 20 damage. Makes Furzon vulnerable, has to back off even more. He's only got a classic in hand, can't really contest any of these players on site. Now, with player advantage, a little bit of damage, you're able to make this pretty well the same plant you found on C as last round. See if FIU able to play around it, maybe just take down, say, a rifle, one of these Spectres, take away for that next round. Pretty much what you're playing for here. Buttercup shuts down Seth on a corner, and that seems to just be the play for FIU here, is you hold these corners, find your right clicks where you can, because other than that, you're realistically not making this retake happen with your weaponry, and you can see the way they're playing. They're just waiting this one out. Yeah, the Saints are going to try to back away towards spawn here. Don't want to throw away any more of those weapons. FIU is going to be able to produce that buy, but right now, they decide to back off, kind of let the Saints take that site over. They're going to keep that Vandal that Ems was taken up, though, so not too big of a loss. Yeah, they're all going to die to the spike. You get a couple extra dollars in the bank account, but 2-0 start for the Saints, and now we're going to see our first round of actual Valorant. Yeah, I think it's been a while since we've seen a round like that was just straight up like playing the economy system, right? Where they're just sat there waiting. Maybe you find a kill. Buttercup was able to find the one onto Sep, and you just wait there, die to the bomb. You get a little bit more money for yourselves, as you said. And then now you've got this Guardian pickup from Tokyo, and other than that, pretty well just rifles. A couple light armors to be found as well.
I think we are in a slight little bit of a tech pause here, so we get a quick little look at all these handsome fellas on stage. I guess if you haven't been around the Saints stream, going right to left, that's going to be Seth, Caillou, Ems in the middle with that adorable husky plush that he always totes around. You've seen it in some of those pictures as well. That's going to be our IGL4 tapping, and then of course, the lovely Sushi sitting on the far left there, staying locked in while they, you know, kind of peruse around the map here and kind of waste some time as they try to hopefully resolve these tech issues. But talking, I guess about 4-tapping, being that IGL, I think sometimes we've seen him play the Raze, maybe on split, but it's not a hero or an agent, rather, that he plays super often. Playing that IGL, it's very hard to try to find the entry frags while you're calling the game as well. So I'm curious how it's going to end up working out. But a lot of these other players we've seen on these agents before. I mean, Seth usually playing one of those controllers. Ems is the definition of a flex player. Whatever you need, he will give to you.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen him previously taking on the role of somebody like the Raze. We've seen him on the Jet before. Now with, I want to say, Sushi coming in and taking that Jet Raze role more often, but here we see Sushi on the Killjoy. Lotus kind of, and we've seen this a lot before, flipping around the roles, you know, with a lot of these new patches, with these new maps, the team's been trying out new stuff, and in a lot of cases, it's worked out very well. Yeah, we have seen, you know, a few maps where sometimes the picks felt like they missed the mark, but that's going to happen on new maps too, right? You're always going to have those rusty games, and now it seems like Lotus pretty well been figured out by this team. They know they want that Omen, regardless of which one it's been. That's kind of just been a mainstay in their comp, is the Omen, the Sky as well. Trailblazer is a great one on this map.
Caillou is money on Sky. Yeah,
Caillou's been money on Sky since the inception of the character. Anyone like that, Sky, Fade. Looks like we may actually go to a quick break here. Tech pause, taking a little longer than expected, but we'll send it to a quick little break. We will be back with more of Game 1.
And welcome back in from that pause, everybody. I guess we will pull the curtain back on collegiate esports for just a moment. We had a bit of an issue with one of these players, Tokyo, on FIU, potentially either leaving the game after the second round, which looks like it was the case based on what the admins have said, but they're calling it a disconnect. The NACE admin said, even though Tokyo admitted that he left the game and that he left the game of his own volition after round 2, kind of like a rage quit, there is going to be no penalty to FIU. We're going to play this match out. They made these players get back to where they were as far as economy, as far as orbs, ultimates, guns, all of that, just to try to cover up for someone potentially leaving the game, but we're into round 3.
Furzon, first pick in this round, and yeah, I mean, coming into this one, it's interesting. I mean, how do you really exactly recreate the situation, you know, that
Momentum,
you're in previously?
everything.
Momentum, you know, the exact abilities purchased in one round, how much money carried on to the next, right? You know, it's a lot of small nuanced things that, you know, you can recreate them to the best of your abilities, but we'll never know. Nonetheless, Saints down one player on attack. FIU kind of just holding it down here on the defense. A lot of just sprays through some of these chokes. Plaza spots out Caillou. Just spots out the head, though.
Plaza
There.
has the Phantom here, so it could be potentially setting up for a nice little headshot here at the right click. The aim down sight is going to find a dink there over on the
30
Sushi,
seconds
but
left.
he is going to keep his life. Caillou has that healing to try to get him back to 100 there, try to get this attack ready, because guess what, folks? There are 20 seconds left, so they have to get on this site, and they have to get on quickly. That paranoia is going to be so good. Caillou, though, there is a Neon up waiting in the wings, and there is Honda up in heaven here. He's going to get popped by that guiding light. Look at Plaza on the flank, going to find one. Seth does answer back, though. Plant looks like it will come through in just a moment. Caillou is going to find one more.
Even
Gotcha.
with Stinger or with Strikers, they're making it happen here
One
on
enemy
the
remaining.
site. But that's a Phantom from Tokyo. Trades Caillou back. M's last one alive, 24 health. Basically praying for headshots. Buttercut shuts them down. Tokyo finishes off that defuse.
Hey, no connection problems.
Team
Yeah, that
A.
4-key connecting to the PC pretty well. I don't know.
No, very stable connection over there, but either way, you can see potentially what that, I guess, tactical timeout, if you will call it that, the impact it can have, because the Saints, yes, FIU did have the slightly better buy, but you take into consideration momentum, the way things are going. But luckily for the Saints, they have enough cash to buy back these weapons and then some. They're going to have full armor on half these members. It's just going to be, actually, yeah, full armor on 4 of the members there. 4 tapping stuck on the light armor. Still has that Phantom in his hand. So, weapons, once again, they're going to be, I guess, in slightly the Saints' favor. Seth does have the Omen teleport. Nothing else to really speak of as far as ultis.
Shocking.
Yeah, pretty well. I mean, we're only 4th round in, right? There's not going to be an insane amount on the board, but what there is on the board is Plaza.
I'm out of here.
Pretty deep. Close to this attacker's spawn, actually. He's pushed fairly far out there. A dark cover helping out for a lot of it as well, but he's able to make it back pretty well scot-free. He found a pick. 4 tappings down for the rest of the round, and now the Saints kind of back to the same situation as last round, where you're down a player. Need to make this decision as to where you're gonna really head to. Seth has made his way onto A, but he is being pinched by multiple members. Buttercup in the corner. That simultaneous picks Tokyo and Buttercup at the same time. Caillou, the only one to trade one back so far. Still sitting in a 2v4. Caillou and M split up across this map. Spike still sitting towards that spawn area, and as of right now, FIU, they've got control of the round and control of the map.
Yeah, that is a nice little headshot over onto Ems. And now Caillou, left to his devices, going to hear that orb getting grabbed, but trying to challenge a 2, potentially 3v1. Not going to be very easy. Honestly, if I'm Caillou, I'm probably going to try to play for the save, but the only thing with Lotus, it is very hard to save weapons when these defenders can rotate all over the place and try to catch you in one of these little one-off angles. Caillou looking for some timing on Plaza. Looks like he might find some good timing. Caillou is going to find it there, guiding light toward mid there to at least try to make something out of this round. He is going to find the plant, so Caillou going to get some money. Actually, he's going to fake the plant, going for the headshot instead. He's going to find the first one, though. Dizzy going to be a thorn in the side, and only 2 seconds left, so Caillou probably going to go for 1 or 2 more frags here. A couple pop shots toward Tokyo. Will not do the trick. FIU going to even things up.
FIU, you take the round win, not wanting to drop any more players, not looking to make that peak onto Caillou in the end. Caillou 7-1 in the game right now.
Placing alarm bot.
Check it though, was he there before the pause?
Turn out.
Are these accurate numbers?
These are, yeah, with
we
the
know.
before and it's like BC and AD, right? Before and after, yeah. After disconnect. Before connect, after disconnect.
Before commotion, after disconnect. Now 2-2 in the game.
Shocking.
Plaza has been doing this every single round, just flying down mid. The concussions are too much. Four tapping, and Seth absolutely discombobulated down mid. Cannot see what is happening in front of him. Dizzy was on him as well. This is going to be tough to respond to. Caillou, really the only one who's been able to respond to much in these last few rounds. Still carrying over this Phantom. He's dropped those Seekers. It's going to give them a little bit of agency on this map. Show them that A is fairly wide open here, as now you're waiting for Buttercup to make this rotation.
Yeah, when you throw the Seekers and all three go towards mid, there's a pretty good indication that A should be bright for the taking, but Caillou is going to get taken down by Buttercup there. Now the lockdown is going to be invested on the backside of Heaven here from FIU. The Saints, Ems is going to have to move off this drop spot. They're going to have to move over into tree here. Turret going to go down from Sushi. Try to be that first line of defense as this lockdown does, but it's going to expire. Detain over on Ems, but he found a kill first. Sushi finds a crossfire. We have a 1v1 Ems. Still detained for the moment though. Tokyo walking up, thinking he's got the kill, and he actually does. Was looking for the melee potentially. The Phantom will do the trick though, and that is going to be FIU taking 3 in a row and taking the lead.
3 straight back. Tokyo finishes that one off. Ems almost had the gun back out too. I think he did get a few shots
right at the
off,
end, yeah.
Yeah, just not quick enough. Tokyo perfect on that timing after his own detain there. Saints now have some money in the bag to work with. It's actually a few players with rifles and a few that are just going to be shy of them. So I actually want to see what the Saints end up going with. Most of these players, see, you've got a few that have that full buy, that at least that rifle buy. Yes, you're going to see light armor, but rifles in hand. But then you're pairing that up with like a sheriff on
This is like a
Ems
true half buy.
Sushi having a stinger. Yeah, it's just get everyone on the same level, right?
Yeah. Now we are going to see Plaza executing that same little Neon run. Does have the ultimate in the back pocket, so the Saints are going to have to be slightly mindful of that W key and seeing if he wants to try to start that engagement. The rest of these Florida International members, we are going to see Thrash and the Rolling Thunder in that back pocket. So 2 very, very strong ultimates on Lotus. 2 absolute round changers. Plaza going to spot the Trailblazer, going to go back to safety. The Saints right now playing this default setup, a couple over towards Hill, couple over towards that A side, but a little bit slower pace of a round than what we've seen so far.
Yeah, out towards this A main area here. Plaza in this same situation once again. The dash through, Rolling Thunder on the follow-up. He's able to find 2, even with the half flash to come through on himself. Plaza starting off hot almost every single round so far after we've gotten back into this game. Now, he's got the ultimate up as well. Neon is online, to say the least. Saints having a hard time dealing with the aggression at the start of this defense. Running forward, Tokyo finds a headshot with that W key on lock. And Furzon finishes that one off. 4 players left alive from FIU. Yeah, that early momentum of the Saints has been quelled, and then some. This defense from FIU has been seemingly flawless for the most part. Only took the Rolling Thunder that round to find so many of those picks, and honestly, Plaza has just been that person to kind of open up these rounds. Caught the Saints off guard once, twice, potentially 3 times. Let's see if he tries to continue that same aggression down toward A-long. The Saints right now haven't really had an answer for that kind of Neon breach combo. You know, it's Buttercup behind the wall, going to set up that Neon. You send Neon in there to finish off the job. Has worked very, very well so far. But as this game goes on, I'm expecting to see adaptation after adaptation. Look, it's same thing. Same thing. Plaza tries to make it happen, but now adaptation, like you said, 4 tapping was ready for that one. A Paranoia came out from behind him as well. I believe that's Seth to be the one behind that. And now you shut down Plaza. Plaza has been the one to get you essentially your player advantage every single round here for Florida International. Now, St. Clair's not going to be worried about this same kind of aggression down any of these lanes here. They know that the last few players here are the ones who like to just hold down the sites, kind of anchor on there. Of course, Tokyo, that crazy Killjoy setup all the way towards B, pretty much just shut down that entire center of the map here. May be where the Saints find themselves. Flash out, Caillou. Lockdown gonna be dropped from Sushi themselves here. Now the plant might come through towards B.
Yeah, Caillou going lurking here. Viper Pit is going to get popped as well, so the Saints want to make sure they try to close down this round. Thrash, though, is going to be quite a nice answer to the Viper Pit, though. It's going to get taken out right before they can find anything. That Snakebite is going to back off Honda there. Tokyo trying to line up a little head tap angle. Dizzy is going to go for some information. Not going to find anything. The Saints right now, very content to play the Viper Pit. Very content to let FIU kind of wade into the darkness here. They're going to try to see if they can swing and find any of these frags. There's a lot of bullets right now, not a lot of results. Caillou, though, is going to find 2 more. He is popping off this game so far. 2 FIU members left standing. Make that 1. Tokyo's good for 2. Sushi with little KJ diff to end off that round, and the Saints are going to bring things within 1.
KJ helping out a lot there. That lockdown pretty much opening up the B site, allowing you to move past Tokyo's entire setup there. Tokyo was pushed so far off of that site from the lockdown that he was out of range of some of his own utility. Could not pop that up. Had to pull back a few of those bots, and in the end, Tokyo was able to find a few, but it's tough to make that retake when you're coming back in to something like a Viper Pit already set up. And of course, you've got a few other utility gadgets to help out with yourself there. Oh, once again, off the rip, Plaza shut down. Looks like Plaza, you might have been figured out by this point.
I think they made Caillou angry. I'm not going to lie. He is a man on a mission this map so far. 4 tapping, a couple blast packs getting onto that A site. Once again, entry has been gained by the Saints. FIU now making that rotation over up through heaven here. That dark cover, that only thing separating Buttercup and 4 tapping right now. Ems, though, going to separate Furzon from this round, and all of a sudden, it is a 5v2. 4 tapping has made his way all the way back into drop here. This could be an absolutely disgusting angle, but FIU, I assume they're going to tuck tail and play for the save here. Going to be very tough to crack that 5v2, especially with the Saints having full util and having full control of the site.
Yeah, not much you can do there, and you don't want to give up these rifles that you've worked pretty hard to build up to over these past few rounds. Now, with the Saints winning 2 straight, you're going to be hurting for cash a little bit. Tokyo, will you catch one out towards that right side? Spots him out. Bullets, none of them going to land from either player here, as now you've got 3 players might be coming out towards Tokyo. Tokyo,
what a flash.
Fully blinded up, and he's going to get shut down. Buttercup, the only one remaining for that save. And now, take a look at the economy from the side of Florida International.
I didn't really realize their economy was in, I guess, that dire
straight. Up for 2 rounds and losing.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah, they bought up that 4th round. They end up winning, but once you don't get the loss bonus if you keep winning rounds. So if you keep winning rounds, but it's costing you everything, because even the rounds they won, there was 1 member left alive in one of them, and I think 2 in the other. So you were losing a lion's share of that economy. Now, though, Buttercup, the lone hero rifler, going to be on that full armor. Plaza, I would suspect to see Pikachu come out of the Pokeball here. Saints going to go for the seaside hit, but again, Plaza making that exact same play, but Sushi this time lurking in the corner. He's going to find the headshot. Down goes Plaza.
Every single time, Plaza thinks they're able to make this, thinks that they're able to kind of just have their way over towards the A side, but Saints are not going to let that happen, and the past 3 rounds has showed us.
Oh, nice.
Onto Plaza early. Caillou, nice little pop flash out of the dark cover. He's going to get some chip damage onto Buttercup. Has to play this angle pretty slowly, though. Clair's about to push him. The flash comes out. Caillou full blind. The jump is good. He makes it out. Nobody wants to follow up. Tokyo's only got a sheriff to work with. Now Tokyo chased out into the spawn on a save. That's a tap and a half onto Caillou, but they finish him off regardless.
Good to see the guys smiling again on stage, especially, right, you have that little pause, you start to drop a couple rounds in a row, you give the lead back to FIU. Now, though, I think they've gotten settled once again. Caillou especially has been slaughtering FIU. 14 kills in 9 rounds on the Sky, 4 deaths so far in this game. This guy has been an absolute warlord, and that economy is looking so good for the Saints. Again, I think FIU will be on the loss bonus after this, but the Saints, once again, they're going to have a slight advantage as far as armor and weapons go. 4 tapping still has the showstopper, but as we know with Raised, it's a very tricky tool to master.
This is the area of the map I want to be looking at. Will Plaza try to make another one of these pushes? Caillou's waiting for it, right? These players are ready for it and waiting. They're waiting to see the aggression from the start of FIU. And yeah, you talked about the last few rounds. I mean, look, my hands would be cold after a 40-minute pause as well. And now coming back in, a little warmer, you're seeing the adaptations from the Saints, changing it up at the start of every round. There, you're seeing the slow towards that A side, waiting for Plaza to try and make their push. Now you're seeing just hunker
Look
down.
at all the util on B.
Just yeah, that is a
Good. That is all the util in the game
all
right
down
now.
like the one little lane here too.
It could be good because if you go in that lane, like, you are actually just dead instantly. There's Mosh Pit in the back pocket too, so they're trying to cook something up in mid, and I'll tell you what, they might be guessing right here. The Astro Well not going to be in tune with Mosh Pit. They're going to save that one for the Nano Swarms. It's going to be a snake bite out there from Ems, trying to see if they can stall out this potential seaside push, but FIU looks like they've got a pretty good read on where the Saints want to go here. They know the A site's quiet. Plaza's kind of jump peeking over there. It looks like it's going to be the entry onto the seaside, though. The showstopper and the blast packs. Four tapping. It's going to be Rosa. It is going to be a Rosa ult. Honda finds the flank, but Caillou trades back.
Caillou trades it back, but he's not ready for the second swing from Furzon. Furzon's able to find that, but Buttercup keeps themselves on the board. Ems, you see him towards your left. Tokyo shuts them down. One player left. Sushi in the 1v3. Too many angles to check. Team Ace. Florida International ties that scoreline back up. Now we're 5-5. Got to finish off this half. Question is, will one of these teams take two straight, or will we be having nice 1-1, a nice 6-6 half to start off game one?
Yeah, I would not be surprised to see that 6-6 half, especially. We've been seeing the things with these really high-level teams. You can see that they had learned, they evolved, they adapt on the fly. The Saints, you know, they played into Plaza's early aggression. Plaza got away with that same trick 2 or 3 times. The Saints finally catch wind of it. Then Florida International pivots very, very nicely. They just send Plaza alone on A. Don't have him rush down. He is strictly for scouting information. They set up all that util. They're still setting all that util up toward that mid choke on B. And C, once again, have somebody play behind the hill. It's all about that first point of contact, trying to scout where the attack might be coming from.
Yeah, try to take a look where it's going to be. You see Plaza waiting on this A side now pretty well.
It's like, guys, can I grab you yet?
I mean, listen, you lose your life to it 4 rounds straight.
Yeah.
Eventually, you got to just, you know, press the brakes a little bit. You might be playing Neon, doesn't mean you got to be sprinting down at the start of every single round. Tokyo a peek out mid, it goes haywire as Sushi able to dink him up. Absolutely ruin his crosshair placement too. You see the aim punch on Tokyo there as he tried to make those taps. That's the tough part about facing a player with a Phantom. 4 tapping takes a little bit of damage from some breaching to right back into it and just execute across the map here. Picking their opportunities, picking off stray members, and now Florida International making a 3v5 retake. Buttercup about to have a rude awakening as he peeks into 3.
Last player standing.
2 players trying to make this swing, but everyone's falling 1 by 1. Furzon's able to find one with the Bulldog, but 3K for Sushi to finish off that round. 6-5, trying to bring some momentum towards this last round of the half.
Yeah, a nice little get back for the Saints there. And the good thing about that loss bonus not going to exist because they kept trading rounds. FIU, you're now going to be stuck on a bit of a hodgepodge buy. I will say, though, we have yet to see Furzon use his divide once the entire game. It's been 11 rounds, and we have only seen Thrash the one time. I feel like it's been a slow game for Altis relatively. They haven't either been using them or we've just been seeing them maybe at like odd times, but either way, the Saints are going to be happy. That is a full kit of Phantoms and full armor. They've got to be feeling good about their chances. But Plaza, he is trying to get going nice and early.
Back to it now.
Yeah, right back to it.
Seth creeping in the start cover. He's even got a shorty ready just in case. Plaza.
Try me, Neon.
Plaza does not. He doesn't want to be on the receiving end anymore. You know, he's made his push through, but nobody's actually peeked out to the open. So he's ready to wait. Caillou. You get the Trailblazer over near C. I think he spotted out Furzon there. But yeah, I think he was in the range of that sight line. Plaza's been creeping up very, very far now. There's 3 players over here. A good paranoia play could completely bust this wide open, but a flash might bust it open. Not if Plaza's going to get shut down by Sushi.
It looked like they were trying to bait low bro there. They threw Dizzy in front of that doorway like a nice little gift on the doorstep. But the Saints aren't going to bite. They do not care about that. I will say, Thrash is the next low bro on deck here. We're going to see that one get popped. Killjoy lockdown is going to be invested. Thrash is going to fall. This lockdown from the Saints, though, is not going to fall. The divide finally going to get invested here. A site hasn't been taken over quite yet. The Saints might decide to walk over to this B site on the side of that divide. Tokyo is actually going to step into that lockdown and get detained. So the Saints have a very good window here, whether they realize it or not.
Yeah, make sure you don't leave after that one, Seth. Ready to make this hold. There's Furzon on the push. He tries to shut down the planter, but it's going to be planted. 4 tappings on that one. Seth's been holding that flank from a mile away. Shuts down the Gecko. Now you've got 2 players left. Tokyo falls. after getting out of the detain, and Buttercup is just running for the hills, sprayed down by a few of these players. Saints, this is going to be the 7-5 half you're looking for. Buttercup trades one back, but Sushi to finish that off.
Yeah, safe to say momentum, I think, is going to be back just slightly on the side of the St. Clair College there. They do a great job to round out the rest of that half. I mean, Caillou, 16 kills in the first half on Lotus. I mean, to be fair, though, the util use from the Saints, I mean, to be fair, for FIU, very good util as well, but Caillou has full blinded. It feels like 12 different people. Sep has landed every single paranoid. It just feels like they're timing off each other's util so much better than we have seen in some previous matches before. As the semester has gone on, their timing and their flow seems to get better and better and better. And when you have somebody like Caillou to go help find those frags, the rest of these members just have to do their job. And this team, they find themselves on a very, very hot streak. But 7-5 lead, always nice. Not the biggest lead in the world. So you want to try to get off to this defense with a hot start.
Yeah, I mean, it's only 2 rounds, right? You've seen 7-5
if they win
half
pistol, it's tie game.
Yeah, you've seen 7-5 half go the opposite way so many times. So you definitely want to lock in pistol, presumably lock in that following round as well. That is a dink and a half to find on the run by Holy Plaza.
Wingman's planting.
Caillou down to 22 health, and he's the only player that can't find a heal either. Plaza's in there deep. He's able to find that right click. Starts spraying through this Astro Smoke as well. The plant going to be coming down from Waffle on the get-go there, and now the Saints kind of just corralled into the same corner. Can't find their way out. Caillou dangerously low, and your player down.
Yeah, you have one of these members too. I think it's Tokyo playing backside toward hill there. Caillou is going to find the full blind for tapping. Is going to find that full kill on Plaza. Yeah, 4v4. There is still a little bit of time to get to this spike, but not a whole lot of time. Buttercup takes down Sep. Tokyo going to end up finding 2 from over on hill. Ems trades one back, trying to do whatever he can to win out this 1v3, but it is a very tricky situation. He's going to find another kill onto Honda, but time not going to be Mzuwu's best friend in this round. That timer is going to start to tick down. Tokyo trying to land these sheriff shots. It's going to be a headshot. It's going to be a 3K, and it's going to be FIU taking pistol.
It's a solid post plant spot there on Mound too.
Yeah.
He gets, I mean, you saw it right there. He essentially just had a free lineup to that head of the crouching diffuser there. Tokyo, there's a reason we said to look at this guy. I mean, 14 kills moving into this one. Caillou on the other side, 16 from the Saints. But it's looking like we're going to go back to evens in terms of the score line. 7-7, most likely what we're going to see after this one. I mean, look, I don't want to say anything because Caillou does have a Marshall in hand here, but typically, I mean, you know, we're expecting the team that's able to buy out after that pistol to be able to take the win. If you're the Saints here, you're just looking to dent the economy in any way you can. Maybe stop a plant, right? Something like that. So you're able to just slow down a bit of that momentum from FIU moving into their attacking side.
Yeah, if the Saints can find 3 kills, that is going to be a W in their books. Just try to take away a couple of the SMGs. If you can get that rifle down, that's usually that kind of key piece to this round. So just a slow start for FIU. You have the weapon advantage. You want to try to play them at range. Just trying to scout out where these setups are. Where could Sushi possibly have these KJ Nano setups? Where is Ems playing with those Viper walls? Tokyo, though, playing with the Guardian, finds a nice little angle on Sushi. Finds the headshot. He swings, finds a second member here. Shorty not going to get the job done. Plaza is going to win that fight. Low Bro is going to find the plant. And FIU looking in control to take this round.
So there were 3 separate angles there, all being held by something like a Shorty or a Classic, and all of them picked apart one by one. Tokyo finds 2. Plaza finds the next.
Last player
Waffles
standing.
able to get a plant. Tokyo with the 3rd kill of the round for himself. Finished off by Waffle. That's 2-2. Now, pistol round, bonus done with. Saints able to pick up a bye here. This is a round you really need to win. You don't want to be giving that lead back to FIU in any situation.
Yeah, and again, as usual with Valorant, technically I think I heard Lotus is T-sided, but it's still so new. I honestly don't really think it means anything or means that much. So just curious on how these setups are going to start to look. FIU has done a very good job getting Thrash repeatedly. Even if you don't find any value with it, it's kind of that zoning tool. It at least gives you some information like the Trailblazer where, you know, there is some inherent value. Even if you don't find that detain, the enemies have to at least be a little bit fearful of it. FIU wouldn't be surprised to maybe see some kind of fast hit on A, maybe send in Thrash to that left side, send him possibly scurrying up toward the backside of drop. But they are patiently waiting, trying to get this A-long set up. The Saints right now looks like they're trying to take some space in front of Mount here. They're going to back off, though. They're going to realize this A hit probably coming in a few seconds.
Blinded.
Yeah, there's really packed up around A. This revolving door, I'm expecting it to be popped open very quickly. Sushi, one player waiting. Thrash shut down. Sushi out of the way for now. Plaza, I think he's trying to set up that concussion, so maybe Thrash can be re-picked up, but Waffle hasn't moved forward to necessarily get towards Thrash himself here. You assume that's something, the Saints want to hold this down. Caillou with a Guardian, not letting that ultimate be re-picked up. It's such a big part of this game now. It's taken down. Wingman, look through the wall. The boy.
The homie. It's going to go, get thrown out there. Right now, 33 seconds left. FIU still have the weapon advantage, I believe, or it's pretty similar in weapons. Saints right now, you're going to have to absorb this first layer of pressure. Caillou does have both flashes, but he's looking for the headshot. He's going to find it. Now it's going to be time for the guiding light. He's going to find a blind up into tree there. Mosh Pit going to try to back him off from that sidewall, but someone has worked their way into drop as well, though. Ems trying to be that second member to come support, but it's all the side of FIU finding some headshots. The Saints do answer back with 2 kills of their own, but this spike has about 1 second to go down. Tokyo does find the kill on Ems, has not found the plant yet, but FIU is going headhunting. Unfortunately, time not going to be their friend. They're going to drop that round. It's going to be Fortapping looking for an exit. He's going to find one. Tokyo does find the plant for at least a little bit of sustenance at the end there, but St. Clair does take the round.
They take it, but
at what cost?
That being their round and being, their round where they're able to find that first buy, they lose a few of those guns. You're not able to rebuy them back up. FIU has had cash in the back pocket. Now, Tokyo is still holding on to this Guardian, though. He's lasted 2 to 3 rounds with this.
He's got 9 kills with it.
Yeah, that too. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think he's found 5 to 6 kills with this Guardian.
Found his Ethernet port, too.
Power cord. That one he can't find.
Furs on right now. Again, default setup from FIU. Trying to scout where these Saints could potentially be lurking. Lotus is kind of like Pearl in the sense where it's that you better check every corner or you can bet your butt someone is waiting in the corner, whether it's an SMG. Yeah, there's so many boxes. Luckily, though,
look right here.
You can wallbang.
Kind of corners.
The thing is, though, you can luckily wallbang most of this map, so you can punish those little angles, but you still have to worry about those angles. And pre-firing somewhere usually means you're going to give away a fair bit of audio information there, but FIU, they are making their way toward the A side here. It's going to be Seth and Caillou, that dynamic duo. They're going to have to fight off the entire world when the execute comes through.
Furzon sets that one up with the Astra Stars. Seth close in the corner, shuts down Plaza. That's the entry. Pretty well shut down from the side of FIU. They're going to have to focus on a lot more utility to work with this one now. Seth out of the mosh pit, waits for it to pop. He's not able to find the right timing on that jiggle. Seth and Caillou fall to the combined power of Waffle and Furzon. And now, player advantage has been picked up by Florida International. They're moving towards this A side. Fortapping, the only one here to stop this, as everyone else has to make the rotation. Fortapping's deep on this site. He's shut down. There's a lockdown regardless from Tokyo, so the last 2 players from the Saints can't really walk forward, just waiting it out.
Yeah, this is going to be a little bit tricky. I think they have some SMGs as well. Ems going to get shot in the back there. Sushi is going to find one more kill, though. Try to make this a little bit more expensive for FIU, rather. Waffle, very low on health as well. Suspect he will be playing at a much safer location, but he is that first member up inside the first wall of tree there. Sushi right now, honestly, you're praying to find 1 kill. You'll be overjoyed if you can somehow find 2. Dizzy is going to get sent out there, trying to spot out Sushi. Sushi just trying to guess a pre-fire right now, trying to see if he can maybe click ahead, whether it's on purpose or by accident. The Astra Well going to keep him in place for the moment. Buttercup on the swing. Headshot found. 8-8 ball game.
Tie game here. 4 rounds apiece to make it to that match point. 5 rounds straight one of these teams could take if they really wanted to show out for the rest of the game. And FIU in the position to possibly do that, considering they've got a nice solid buy to come through here. Some good money in the pockets as well. Saints stuck on another save. You have Seth, who I think carried over a gun last round, so he's had a little bit extra money. He's going to be able to pick up a judge. That's all you're really working with here. Saints, 3 players down mid, moving out B here. Hoping to just catch 1 or 2 players off guard, possibly. Maybe pick up a rifle, see if they can swing this round on its head.
Yeah, at this point, if you can find one of these early frags, potentially get that weapon upgrade, you could put yourself in a half-decent spot, but that is always going to be easier said than done. The FIU attack has been pretty decent so far. It's been varied in its attempts. They've been mixing it up, going to the A site, going to B, going to C. Been mostly that A preference. This time, however, it looks like they're maybe going to cheat over toward mid and over toward C. 2 Saints over on that C site right now, 2 mid as well. So, decent little support line. And as I say that, it's a rotate, it's a fake, it's going to be A yet again.
Rotate, fake, back and forth, still 50 seconds to work with, but A might be the play as we're now seeing stars being dropped. Revolving door flipped open, and the revolving door that is defender's spawn is flipped all the way back over as 4 Saints flood onto this site. Waffle tries to make the plant. I guess Wingman tried to make that plant there. Tokyo and Furzon, the kills going all the way over to FIU.
Player standing.
The weaponry just so much better. There was one shorty kill grabbed by Ems, and that was all she wrote for the Saints. Advantage picked back up by FIU. Still, their buys, their economy looking immaculate.
Yeah,
Right
one more clean round from FIU. If they keep 3 or 4 members alive, they're almost going to have the money to buy out essentially the rest of the game, unless it goes to, overtime, you get the money reset, or if it goes to 13-11.
Right,
so they're setting themselves up for the long game very, very nicely. And Ultimate Economy, they have been very, very strong with that as well. Not burning anything when they don't need to, trying to use only one ulti to secure all these rounds. The Saints haven't had quite as good of a time so far. The Viper Pit should hopefully help them out, try to stop this mid push. He's going to play that front side of the pit is Ems. But C right now being targeted. Now we're going to see Thrash getting sent over to that C side. Waffle trying to find the angle. Seth is going to take him down though, and 4-tapping takes down Plaza. FIU rather, still trying to get over on this site. Seth sends the Paranoid, is going to fire off that dark cover. FIU kind of stopped in their tracks after that first blood went through.
Yeah, I mean, they have to stop. There's not much they can do. There's nobody to follow up on. Tokyo's deep into this Viper Pit as well. It's only going to take 1 bullet to really shut him down, but he will make it out, move towards that C side, towards this link here. Now, waiting for his health to come back, possibly moving back in. Now he's going to move through this door, bait it back out.
Nice.
That's the thing, Ems is not, he's not going to be baited out by just
been here
audio
before.
cues,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Hawk out.
They're waiting. When you're playing the defense, you can wait for FIU to make their move. You have a player up, and they have to push through this right here. This is the tough
30 seconds
position.
left.
Furzon,
You want to fight it?
he just sees more apparently, because through that Viper Pit, he's able to shut down Ems. Picks out the corner he's in, 4-tapping, showstopper.
They killed Low Bro.
Stops the show there for FIU. Sushi finds the one. Buttercup with 2. Back and forth. Buttercup in a 1v2. Has to try and force out this plant. He's found one. The plant is going to come through.
Can't hear it.
Default spot here, can't hear it through that Cosmic Divide. Buttercup knows he's there, a 4K clutch to shut them down. 1v2 in the end. Buttercup, 2-round lead now for FIU. First map looking strong for them.
Yeah, you can credit basically that whole round to Furzon. He finds the angle on Ems, playing inside the pit, gets it taken down, pops the divide. That divide cuts off the audio to stop the signal of that plant. Sushi isn't going to know to catch that timing. The 2v1 goes the way of Buttercup and FIU, and now they're looking to take a stranglehold on this game. Not sure what the economy is looking like for both sides. Well, FIU, I know they are having a rather good time as far as that money goes. I think the Saints should be able to put together a half-coherent buy. Not exactly sure what they're going to be looking at for cash and the likes of it, but you're running out of time to hopefully try to get back in this game. You got to try to get ahead of FIU right now.
Yeah, you have to find some kind of round to just open up your way in this, something that's going to stall this momentum a little bit. You touched on the economy earlier. FIU feeling like Warren Buffett right now. Their pockets are very, very lined in this game. They're not going to have a hard time really buying out anything. It's interesting, I haven't really seen an operator pulled out from them. I'm not sure. Is that like something common? Because they definitely had the funds on defense to make it happen as well.
Lotus, maybe you op A long, but there's not really a good place to op. B is so congested.
A lot of short, kind of scrappy corners where you're more so looking for trades, essentially.
Yeah, because a lot of this map is like trying to avoid the breach flash and the sky flash, which are pop flashes, trying to turn away with an operator and try to turn back and land a shot.
It's tough.
About 0.5 0.1% of players are going to be able to actually try to pull that off, even half the time. So it's not the easiest thing to do because, right, on C, there's not really a good place to op. You have the structure in the middle kind of blocking. Tree has its own setup and its own blockade. All the revolving doors. The op, I mean, right, it is still the operator, but not going to be the easiest weapon to pilot. Buttercup, lucky to escape with 5 HP, but he is going to be alive for this take.
Sushi sitting up on the site, right back at him with the Stinger. He's able to pick up a Phantom for himself as well, but Tokyo is just showing out mechanically right now. 2 kills like that in the snap of a finger. Now, Saints split up between 2 different parts of this map. You've got Sushi with a rifle holding down C, and you've got Ems towards that B, towards that mid. He doesn't even have a rifle to work with. Tokyo picks up the 3rd onto Ems. The long-range battle not going to go the way of the man with the Stinger. Sushi, 1v4. Tough break for the Saints right now as FIU has just been dominating these past 3 rounds.
Yeah, now it's all going to be on the back of Sushi. A save at this point, probably not going to be worth it, especially considering this is a stolen weapon that he has in his hands right now. So, going to try to do his best to find an angle. He's going to take another bullet. That is a single HP if you're Sushi. At this point, I think it's going to be time to try to tuck that rifle away and play for this next round. But the only thing is, these rounds are not getting any easier. They still have the Rolling Thunder. They've got the lockdown. That Neon ult is there. And Furzon and Waffle have been finding frags. So they're going to get back to those ultimates. They're going to get back to having that nasty kit of utility. And for the Saints, right, the Showstopper is fantastic. The Omen ult isn't that useful on this map, especially because it's so small. The rotations are so cut off anyways. So that's basically having 4 ultimates on the team that are going to be somewhat useful. And then even then, trying to find the timing on some of these is oh so difficult. But FIU right now, nothing difficult about this lead. They are taking control of this game. That is 4 unanswered rounds, and they are privy to try to take a 5th.
Yeah, I would say in terms of ultimates, yeah, like you said, obviously you've got lockdowns from both sides, and the lockdown huge on a map like this, right? Such small corridors, not too much area you can really get away from in terms of the lockdown, but something like the Rolling Thunder, something like this Neon ultimate, which is going to be popped by Plaza immediately, fast lane onto this A site as well. He's looking to make these rotations, maybe shut them down. Not actually able to do much damage to Ems with that range, but either way, he takes control of A site.
Yeah, he used to have his ult on the turret there, so not gonna have much juice left in there. Yeah, it's actually gonna be gone. So the Saints have survived the Neon ult, which is very, very good. The lockdown from Sushi is gonna be there to counter things. So Plaza working his way back toward Tree. He's gonna avoid that lockdown, pop this rotating door. They're gonna try to get off site. They have a lockdown of their own. They're gonna pop that one from Tree as well. So it is a posture of the lockdown. Sushi though, he knows where this lockdown is. He wants to go challenge Waffle. The paranoia is too good. Sushi does go challenge, and he finds success. The Saints are finding wins left, right, and center. Now it's all on to Ems and Sushi. All onto Buttercup. Rolling Thunder was invested. 1v2 finds the first one. We have seen this movie before. He's got 10 HP. Sushi, 72 health of his own. The spray down through the box. Not going to find that kill, but Sushi's going to. 3 kills for Sushi, and in the nick of time, 2.5 seconds, all he had left to pull that one through, and that was a critical round. That would have been map point for FIU.
And you're 1 ult for 3 in that round. You keep a rifle alive at least for yourself. Yeah, the money is tough, right? Yeah. And we talked about this during that timeout. FIU is not hurting for cash. They're not going to be for a few rounds. They could even lose this round and realistically squeak out another buy.
Oh yeah, because they can buy for each other as well. After this round, they'll be able to buy. Buttercup and Furzon can absolutely grab for 2 people there. Tokyo should be able to buy somebody up as well. Tokyo, I mean, 24 kills in 20, I guess 22 rounds technically, but he has been showing up and showing out. Kind of that player we expected to kind of pop off. The Saints just haven't really had an answer for a lot of these gunfights yet, but they have definitely come close on more than one occasion to closing things out.
Toxin screen down.
Once again, defaults are not going to be broken for a while. It takes a long time for either of these teams to really want to open anything up, unless we see somebody like Plaza make an aggressive play at the starting. Most of these other players seem to be on the same page of like, wait for that 20-30 seconds. Dizzy flies out of that dark cover, but immediately shut down, and now looked like FIU wanted to jump on that execution. Now they're a little hesitant moving back towards their spawn.
I think I saw an operator there. I'm guessing it wasn't a Marshall. Yeah, Tokyo. Operator headshot is going to go grab the orb. A couple points back toward that lockdown, but that is going to be first blood. That is 4 tapping taken down as well. Caillou has the Trailblazer, has the guiding light, but Plaza looking to find the timing. Mosh Pit to try to clear up this space. Ems looking to find some good timing. Waffle is going to take down Caillou though. Ems is going to find the answer back, but Thrash now on the prowl. That little land shark, he's going to find the detain on Ems. The headshot shortly to follow. FIU right now in complete control of this round. Looking more than likely like they will be going over onto map point, barring some kind of epic conclusion here. But Seth is going to be good for the first one. It is still a 2v3. Make that a 2v2. These boys are not giving up quite yet. Steph's got 3 on the round, looking to find more. But Furzon playing this safe backside over on hill. Seth, dark cover and shrouded step. He's got no choice but to try to stick this, but that damn Astra Well is going to be that deterrent to stop him. And it looks like he will fall. He's going to find the kill. He's got 3 now, but
no
time not on his side.
Over a second he needed, plus their match point picked up by Florida International here in map 1. Lotus, they're looking towards map 2 at this point. You've locked in match point, you've locked in at least overtime, and that's if the Saints can take 3 straight. Pete,
I got bad news. I was gonna say
the Saints.
Omen teleport though.
3 straight, questionable. 1 straight, almost looking impossible.
Can Seth
right
TP into the range and get a Vandal?
That's almost exactly what you need, yeah. Can he TP all the way to another map where he has the cash?
Oh, man. Yeah. FIU right now, this round should be a foregone conclusion, but it is Lotus, so with these short little cheeky one-off angles, there is always that little chance. But the way FIU has looked, eye test is telling me they're going to find a way to take these rifles and leverage them into this first map win. But they're, again, going to play this nice, slow default information collection. 4 tapping is going to land the first bullet. I don't think he took any bullets back the other way. Actually, it was a 1-for-1. So, Plaza now going to try to gather this space up A long. Again, these pop shots, this utility. I'm expecting FIU to honestly just say go on A, but could always see the rotate.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't just picked a spot. Now they found
one. Oh, the spike's going to C, not A.
C. Well, Spike is C. They found now 2 picks on C. That's got to be them just saying, go, go, go. This is our chance. Seth makes that TP there. Pops the paranoia. Dizzy going to find him. However, he's caught in a corner. He's concussed up. Double concussed up. Seth looking colorblind on the screen for a long time. Didn't know he was playing League of Legends these days.
Oh, low bro.
Ems finds one with the stinger in the end, but you've got Wingman spotting people out. Plaza up there for the trade. And now Sushi up close with a stinger. Shuts down Tokyo 1v3, but he's taking chips through the wall.
Yeah.
Not able to pick up a Phantom for himself either. It's just chilling on the ground there, waiting. Looking beautiful, but Buttercup looking beautiful with that final shot. 13-9 as our final scoreline here in map 1. We're going to be moving on to Haven for map 2. It's getting late. Let's hope these guys get in there quick. Let's send it to a quick little break here. We'll join you back with map 2.
Oh.
And we are getting into Agent Select here. Map 2, Haven on the attackers. Tokyo picking up that jet. That's a far cry from the Killjoy.
This is his other
game.
main.
Yeah, and now
main.
you see Plaza, who was on that duelist last game. He's going to be flipping over to the Killjoy. This time, Caillou on that, comfortable Gecko that we've been seeing for these past few weeks. M's back on the Sova. Sushi picking up that jet. Typical Haven comp from what we've seen from the Saints and from the side of FIU. You're pretty much,
fairly
they're
standard.
picking back up the Breach, or I guess, a lot of teams never dropped the Breach. Saints just happened to pick up the Gecko for their Haven. And of course, you're keeping that Astra. Furzon was playing very well on the Astra previously. I mean, don't really see a need
Astra.
to change that. That's the thing. Astra, Omen, I find them very, interchangeable depending on the map here. A lot of times it comes down to player preference. I think.
Yeah, and we see, see some agent roulette from the Saints there. We talk about Ems being that perennial flex player, going from the Viper over onto the Sova now. The rest of these FIU members, I mean, Breach, the thing with Breach is usually you have a dedicated kind of like Breach player or someone that plays a lot of Breach, even though he is by far the most brain-dead agent in the game. Yes, I said it. It is absolutely true. Oh, I can sit behind a wall and flash and stun and then never have to fight. Yes, very, very fun agent. But he is definitely useful in that same breath. There are a lot of agents that are annoying to play against, but that's what makes them so dynamic and what makes it fit into so many team comps. To Breach, basically good on every single map. He's just such a versatile agent, especially when you have players like Tokyo that can wide swing and just find headshots left, right, and center.
Yeah, I mean, put him on characters necessary. Alarm bot, Seth spotted that one out. Sushi, he might have missed the memo there a little bit, but
That's okay.
we've got a flood all the way up B here from the side of FIU, and everyone else from the Saints, you're either A, sewers, or you've been making the C push. That is a big shock dart to start on to Tokyo. That is a chunker.
Oh, M's got hit too, though, from someone. Basically dead. So I think when he fired, maybe when he fired the shock dart, it was a little, pretty much a dead even trade. So not the end of the world. But FIU, I was gonna say a little bit strange. They went away from the B site that was fully open. I know holding B on that retake is a little bit tough for the attacking side there, but they opt to go for the A side here. Dizzy gonna go put in some work over on the front left side of the site there. Wingman, low bro, gonna go stick on that defuse. But there is a member up in heaven. Seth takes down Furzon. Caillou, little bro, did find half that defuse, and the Saints are finding these frags. But Tokyo, I believe that was a collateral with the Sheriff. Would have to check the tape on that one. But it's a 2v1. Plaza, the trade cannot be found with Ems. He's going to start the half once more, but Plaza only has to find a single bullet, but Ems will be the one to do just that. He will close down a very exciting and dramatic pistol.
That was a pistol and a half. We haven't seen something that unorthodox in a long
22 health
time.
left.
5 players move in B, or move in through B. You make that rotation towards A. You find the plant A, but instead of your typical A plant, you're playing towards B link, towards that defender spawn, and that's kind of where you're playing your post plant from.
And toward heaven, too.
Yeah, it's interesting to see, but it almost works out in the end. Comes down to a 1v1. Ems was dangerously low there as well. We saw him get chunked out at the starting of the round and somehow squeaked his way towards the end there. Finishes that off. Got an Ares in hand to solo hold this A side, but once again, it looks like FIU is going to start this one out mid.
Yeah, Tokyo opting to only have the dash. No cloud burst, no updraft. So he's got one mission. Four tapping, though, has a mission of his own. That's going to be to take down Tokyo. Oh, Caillou, the spray is golden. That is a triple kill for the Gecko. He is looking for a fourth, but Plaza, the right click from distance, is going to find the trick there. Sushi there to close up that round. And Caillou, phenomenal play in Garage. Completely rips FIU apart. They keep all those guns pretty much online as well. They're going to have that Ares in the pocket for Ems, SMGs, and good old Marshall for Caillou. But FIU, this is going to be that full put together by Buttercup. Might be riding this struggle bus slightly because of that Sova util.
Yeah, it's going to hurt a little bit this time, though. They're able to get those buys through. I think we saw Buttercup. I think he had a Guardian in the end. He's going to continue out with that one.
So FIU was nasty with the Guardians before.
But this isn't even necessarily the prime buy you're looking for. You're seeing these Spectres from
dinks.
Seth. Finds 2. Dinks from Sushi. He's been finding long-range shots all game here, even with these SMGs. Sushi rotates out. He's going to double back towards that heaven area.
Caillou's got Thrash already, too.
I mean, yeah, you find a triple kill on second round.
Fair.
It's only a 6-point ult as well. Interesting to see that one.
Yeah, I think it's 6 or 7, but either way, it's a little bit.
I might have miscounted.
Either way, the fact that you can recast it, it's low. And
yeah.
Considering how strong, like, yes, you can take it out in a couple bullets, but if you catch some nasty timing, it is a very tricky ult to try to navigate. Tokyo, Cloudburst up toward heaven, those nano swarms toward Link, Lowbro catching some strays there. It's going to get through the nano swarm, doing a little cartwheel on the wall there. Dizzy is going to go over the top there. They're going to find the spot on Tokyo. Tokyo going to move into hell. Thrash, though, I don't know if he got any detains or not, but the Saints are finding kills, and that is all that matters. It is all on the Plaza. He's going to find one. This timer is getting kind of low, and he's got 2 already. The Saints have to make work of this one. They will make work of Plaza, and not a moment to spare. They are going to get this defused with a fraction of a second. You know, I think it'll be about 1.5 seconds left. Oh, 3. I suck.
3 straight for the Saints. That's a good look to start this Haven map. And you found Pistol, found the following, and now you've shut down the buy from FIU.
Yeah.
You're going to see Buttercup has enough available for a rifle there due to just kind of the, you know, off-synchronous economy there with his teammates. But as for the rest of the team, you're looking at Stingers, you're looking at Sheriffs, and Saints get to continue with these buys and kind of set themselves up like FIU looked at the end of map 1 where, you know, they could lose rounds and they've got cash to spare here.
And to be fair, to FIU's credit, they have done quite good work with those Sheriffs. So the Saints, I think, are going to definitely respect them, at least to some degree, especially the way some of those top fraggers are playing. But Plaza, that has been one of those key members this game so far. Gets taken off the table right away. Waffle, though, says, I will take the mantle with your Sheriff. I will carry your legacy. But he's going to have to carry it into a 5v4 because they're down 1.
Not only that, you're trying to play this long-range angle as Furzon with nothing but a Stinger, and you're looking into straight rifles. Wants out a leg. Tokyo first or second one to fall in the round. Dark cover drops C long now. Send Little Bro in there. Lil Bro, is he going to spot one out?
Michael Myers.
Shout out Wingman, bro. Spotting out people, defusing, getting halves, planting.
Blue-collar worker.
Yeah, honestly, he
Real
does
salt
it
of the
all.
earth.
What union is he with is the real question. Someone get this man a donut.
In before the Wingman lockout. Buttercup, though, that is a nice little swing with the Bulldog.
Timing.
Is going to get a weapon recovered as well. So Bulldog to rifle there is going to be that little half upgrade. Does have 17 HP, but he does have the Hunter's Fury. So if they find this plant and they can get him to safety, that is a very powerful piece of utility that is going to be alive. We're going to see this Lurk through C long or so. Yeah, they're going to be playing for this Hunter's Fury. They're going to try to keep the Sova alive. The Saints right now would be very wise to at least touch this bomb, try to get that Hunter's Fury burned. But
Up back corner, though.
yeah,
This could be
it's tough.
not the best position. Keep in mind, Ems is still alive. I'm not sure if he has any shock darts left, but something like a well-played shock dart could even shut down this Hunter's Fury. Not going to find another.
One enemy
There's
remaining.
another tag to fall immediately. Before tapping last one on the bomb. He finds one. Doesn't know that all 3
Don't
are hunkered
interrupt
down
my work.
long. That's a concussion. The time running out. He places a turret, but you've got no time to work with there. 4 tapping falls to Furzon. 3-1. FIU finding their first round.
Yeah, one silver lining for the Saints is that you did force out the Hunter's Fury. If they didn't try to challenge that C-Long, FIU probably content to just sit back, hide, and just try to play for that peak when they hear that little spike diffuse noise. But they stick to their guns there. The Saints do get that ultimate at least burned out of there. They can slowly work these ultimates back on their own side. Buttercup found a couple of picks that round to help close things down. The Saints, though, still have that 3-1 lead. The bye is looking pretty juicy as well. Ems, Odin, full armor. So Ems is, he is playing no games. He is going to try to get this spray ready, I predict.
That's the question, yeah. Is he just going to wait for this one? He's playing not as far up as Sushi is. He wants to cover this sewers area just in case, and that might be where he needs to look. Furzon with the trade back onto Sushi, but a breach being down is a tough break for the team, as the only thing you have to open up to site remains to be this lockdown. Ems has to move all the way towards that back of A main, back corner. The nano swarm's popping on top of him, but he doesn't take too much damage, and they don't really know he's there. Now the spray out comes through. He's able to find a second before the trade out from Plaza. Plaza now has to move all the way from sewers in a 3v2. One spotted out. Tokyo's going to be under, Dizzy up, and now Mosh Pit's going to clear a good chunk of this site. Plaza spotted out in the corner. They have intel on both players here. under and back corner, but Plaza and Tokyo, they win their ones. Seth shut down in the end, and 2 straight for FIU. Tokyo and Plaza showing out there.
Yeah, that was just a very, very good play from Tokyo. It looked like Seth had the paranoid. They knew where he was playing in hell. They just couldn't find that picture-perfect timing where they're able to find the wide swing and find a couple of those shots. So we're going to see a bit of a reset to the economy here. That Odin, that Phantom, still going to be reinvested here. The rest of these members, though, going to be in for a bit of a struggle. Sushi, though, he is going to have the Blade Storm on the back of this shorty. When you see a jet by a shorty, you already know what time it is. FIU, though, they're not going to be that scared. They have a pretty nice lineup there of weapons.
Away. Sushi dodges that flash beautifully, trades it back onto Plaza. He's able to reset the knives off of that one as well. Seth did fall grass, and the full rotation towards A here. Updraft dash. Tokyo first one in. He's going to continue moving. Spray down. He's going to find it. Ems. Odin back up. Take that, Tokyo, he says.
Low HP on Buttercup as well, but having that Sova util always going to be a little bit tricky. Is going to fire off that shock dart for tapping now on the defuse, and it is the great race through sewer to try to get up here and stop these Saints. But time not going to be there for FIU. They're going to be content to try to save these guns. For tapping, content to take off Buttercup's head. A couple shots there, not going to find anything. So the Saints increasing this lead back to 2. Always trying to put a dent into this economy. FIU still got enough for this round. Tokyo gonna have the blades of his own, so Saints are gonna have to be a little bit wary of this one.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you gotta watch out for Tokyo here. This is a player we've seen his mechanics before. I do see a world where Tokyo starts this round. You hear the Blade Storm get popped. You see 3 to 4 kills in the kill feed, and you might see another tick on the score for FIU. Get out of my way. They're gonna be popped. 1 out of 3 parts of my prophecy have come true now.
He was looking for it. It just the Saints weren't luckily in mid, so that good idea. You know, just the timing and the execution gonna be off. Had to play that guessing game, but Sushi or 4-tapping, or they keep switching agents. 4-tapping has this KJ set up toward B, is playing through Garage here, waiting for Caillou potentially to make contact here, trying to spot something out. Spike still sitting back T-side spawn there as they try to default their way through mid and over toward that C side. Again, the Saints haven't really shown anything quite yet. Ems is going to send in the Owl Drone, but B looks like it might be the flavor, but that Recon Dart actually does a very good job to slow things down.
The Owl Drone also takes a little bit of info away from that turret. Now Plaza has to move in to try and shut down all this Killjoy utility. Can't even spray down that turret.
Fire hose.
And Ems said, what are you doing in that dark cover? You think you are safe? Not from this Odin. Sushi take down in the corner. Recon Bolt is up. He's going to have to use this dash very efficiently, but the jumping, I believe that was the right click from Tokyo. He's going to find that one. It's either a right click or a beautifully
He doesn't have his ult. It was right.
shot.
Yeah, I think it was right click. He doesn't have his ult anymore. So that is going to be all for the Blade Storm. Luckily for the Saints, that lockdown is going to find the detain. Not sure on which member there, but it is not going to matter. Wingman catching one in the back of the head there. Spike is going to get planted. Now it's going to be all in the timing for these Saints. That is 2 kills down. Hunter's Fury also been invested. Ems trying to scout out these FIU members. Oh, he did find that shot for tapping. Getting this defuse started. It's going to be a spray down from Ems and Seth to round things down. Saints are going to take their 5th one of the game in a very, very clean round in the process.
Haven defense looking strong right now from the Saints, reinvigorated after a tough loss in that first game, realistically. But you're back here, new map.
Who dis?
Comp. New map, who dis? Overall though, and I'm liking the kill split here too. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 also.
A lot more
nice little ascending order to see there, but it's just the fact that you're not looking at, you know, Caillou here with like 16 kills and the next runner up being at 8 or something like that, right? It's a much more even spread, which, you know, you can tell everyone's feeling confident back on, you know, a map that they're really comfortable with. Back on agents they're much more comfortable with. I think their Lotus picks were a little bit more, just a little unique.
Like
compared,
niche.
Niche compared to what these players usually play. Lots of chip damage to start here through grass. Caillou did take a bit at the start of the round as well, but he's going to be living for now.
Yeah, and luckily they found that first blood, so numbers game going to be in their favor. FIU got the Rolling Thunder, just have to maybe try to find the right time to use it. They do have the weapons this round. The economy probably going to be, I think they're on the loss bonus next round actually, so they're not going to be too worried about the guns. They're going to find that answer back with the pick though. Caillou still very low on health. Not a lot of util on B, and by not a lot, I mean nothing on B. Looks like Garage going to get cleared out there. Seaside Execute is going to be the one they choose, but Caillou holding the post, holding it strong. Mosh Pit and Wingman there. Little duo with the util. He's going to get Thrash online as well. Jump peek into Garage. That is a double detain if I'm not mistaken. And that is 2 FIU members getting chopped down. Make that 3 for tapping to find the last pick. Again, just a clean round. All it takes is Caillou with 26 HP and all of his little friends.
One on top of another, on top of another, on top of another. The puzzle pieces are clicking together for the Saints here on this defense, and they've just been rolling over FIU in these past few rounds. It's been tough for FIU to get much started as they've been picked off pretty early in the last few, and even you saw a couple rounds back, Tokyo had the Blade Storm, was able to find a few picks. It ends up getting shut down in the end just from great use of utility on site, a couple well-placed shock darts. They spin everything on its head. Plaza spotted out at the starting of the round. They know at least one's towards a garden, but does that mean much in terms of defaults? Saints not phased by it, just waiting out here. One close left. Caillou's gonna shut down Tokyo starting of the round. First pick, it's a big one to find now. Not too much available for Florida International to make space when they decide to execute onto a site.
Yeah, they don't really have a good way to entry now. You're going to basically have to send in the Breach and the Sova to try to get any information. But the thing with those two agents, those are usually the ones sitting off screen collecting said information. So they're going to have to find some way, like you said, to try to execute space taking. Right now, though, it is a slow default now that they have that numbers game against them. Furzon trying to find a couple pop shots toward Garage. Wingman is going to make an appearance. Sushi's Operator also going to make an appearance, taking down Buttercup. Still locking down this side. He's going to get tagged down, though. Plaza catches Sushi on that jump. That is going to be the Operator over to Plaza as well, and it's only a 4v3, so things for the Saints might have just got a little bit more tricky, but you still have the advantage.
Yeah, you still do have that player advantage. You do have Seth getting a lot of it. Actually, that's a ton of info to be able to found, though. You know where that spike's going to be planted at. That's a tough shot to be able to take. Plaza shuts down 4 tapping. M drops down from heaven. He keeps spraying it down. There's one player left on site. Furzon the only one, but M says, I've got the bullets to spare. Keep holding left click and control that spray. Furzon falls 7-2. It's gonna be your score here. So we move in to wrapping up this half. We're 9 rounds deep there. On the stage, he's like, holding the Odin there for himself. That's just, I mean, it just, you just crack up when you see something like that.
It's the stupid thing is that it works so good.
Yeah, it works so valuable when there's like 3 people flooding out from say sewers or something. Ems can just sit there in heaven, spray down that sewer's entrance, and he's bound to find one, or at least like 80 damage.
The thing is too, the ADS spray is actually not bad, especially if someone's in a doorway. If you have that wide of an area to try to cover, the ADS spray is actually pretty damn good. So this weapon has been a thorn on the side for many. For Ems, it has been a symbol of happiness and success. But so far, 7-2 game, the Saints have been finding a lot of success on this defense. FIU seems like their offense has kind of been slowed to a halt. They keep losing this first blood engagements. They haven't really found a good way back onto the site. Even last round, right? It was Plaza finding a kill, but now it's Caillou finding the frags. He's good for 2. Dizzy gonna take one for Caillou there. He's gonna get back to safety, but once again, Seth, that perfect timing to block off Caillou, finds that 3rd frag. And now all of a sudden, 5v2.
Yeah, they're just trading places there.
Yeah,
Caillou finds 2. He needs to reload, jump out of the way. Seth slots into that angle without missing a beat. Finds another pick there for themselves. And it's Tokyo and Buttercup left, or Tokyo and Waffle left here. Buttercup on that breach last map. Gotta remember that. Tokyo, last line of defense. He shuts down Sushi on that site. Says Tokyo's planting. I think he just tapped it for a second.
The UI with the plant is also not good sometimes.
The UI likes to bait us sometimes, to say the least, but 4 tapping, they're holding this one close. Ems, that's the last thing you want to swing into if you're Tokyo.
Oh my goodness, he's just making it look too easy. Only 3 deaths in 10 rounds of Valor, and Ems is playing a very clean game right now. I mean, Caillou's only got 4. The rest of these members, they finally broke that run. We got 6, 7, 8, 11, 13. The deaths almost in numerical order there, but this scoreboard is definitely the 2 numbers that the Saints are loving right now. We're going to see FIU putting together what they can for a bye. Plaza does have the lockdown, but there are quite literally not enough credits in the server to buy him a weapon from that side. So he's going to be stuck on the Sheriff, and his turret gets instantly taken down.
Yeah, popped right off the get-go. This is an interesting one. We haven't seen, at least in a few rounds, FIU just commit to something right off the start.
Yeah,
We're only a minute 20 left in this round. We've got a dash on to site here. C-site already taken a hold of by Tokyo. Wingman spotted one out. That's going to mean spray for Caillou. He spots 2 out. He's not able to finish off the second, but 4 tappings there for the support. Tokyo falls. Waffle is alive. Buttercup is alive. The spike is down, and they've got eyes on it. Ems in the corner. Odin still in hand. Odin keeper spraying a slow creep around the corner. Can't find Buttercup, but he's instilling fear, and that's the main point we want to get across here with the Odin.
Yeah, he got the
Instill
spike
fear
too.
into the enemy.
Yeah, he got the spike, but Ems has a rather large weapon. He's going to get that reload. He's going to be back to having that 800 clip. There's the recon dart in Garage. Listen, they know where Buttercup is. It's all about maybe trying to go hunt. The thing is, though, the Saints, there's not really a reason to go hunting FIU. FIU's going to get the loss bonus. This rifle doesn't mean that much. Buttercup is probably going to try to win this round just because also of that said loss bonus. It's not going to mean much if he gets taken down. And I know Ems with his Odin, he's looking for blood, but Sushi wants to get some of the shine on that operator. That is a nice job by him to keep these op kills coming. I think he's found one pretty much every single round. And the Saints right now, they are bordering a double-digit halftime. I guess the caveat, though, a lot of ultimates if you're FIU, but the buy is going to counter that to a pretty large degree.
Here.
Listen, you know it's a wild half when Sushi has had an AWP for most of the half on Jet, and he's even on the KD,
I think
right?
since like 5-2 he's had the op.
Here.
He's had an AWP for a while, and like you said, he's good for those picks, but the picks, they almost seem less impressive when you're seeing Ems find a 2K or a 3K with an Odin every round.
While degenerately spraying.
overshadowing,
Yeah. B-side execute, though. Talk about FIU getting executed. That is 3 members down already. Tokyo does have the Blade Storm. That divide is going to be invested as well. So it's going to stay up before that Astra went down. Caillou, he's got Thrash in the back pocket, getting that Land Shark ready to go. That's going to be a jump toward middle there. That is a detain, and this is going to be a nice little stab to the face. Buttercup gets slashed up by Caillou. The Saints slash their way to a 10-2 round, and you know they were loving that one. Look, it's all about the big brain, says Seth. That is a nice play from the guys. Just a fast execute, fast aggression. They hadn't really played that aggressive any of these rounds. I feel like they pulled out that strategy at the perfect time. And now, you're 10-2. If you can win pistol, if you're St. Clair, you are looking at absolutely clapping this map.
I mean, listen, I don't even know. At this point, I don't remember which necessarily were each team's map picks. I mean, Saints well-versed on Haven, right?
like
You'd expect both teams well-versed on all these maps.
I feel like we probably took Lotus, because I know Owen likes to kind of like theory craft and try different. I know they've been trying different maps and stuff, but
right, I've
seen them play Lotus.
We've seen them pick Lotus is a big one, right?
Yeah.
We have seen them pick Lotus before, specifically. At the same time, they're really strong on Haven, and they've had success on Haven all season. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them actually make that pick as well. Flying in off of the attack, Sushi with that frenzy. He's the first one. Cloudburst, updraft, dash, the perfect combo to be able to make that space, get yourself in there, get that spike planned for the team. You've got 4 players essentially playing a flank here as Waffle. Go to meet Seth towards window. Right click goes haywire. Seth somehow finds it, but Buttercup picks up 3 in the blink of an eye coming through.
What are these shots?
Falls down to a 1v1. Furzon Ghost in hand. Caillou playing close. Playing super, super close, and the right click is gonna be the finisher. 11-2 as pistol round is cleaned up. And now you're looking at these forces, and you're looking at FIU for them to make a force, because you do not want to be stuck at match point when it's 12-2.
Yeah, the thing for FIU, though, if you're the
there.
Saints, this is one of the best teams in
Right
collegiate
there.
statistically. I would not let these guys hang around for any more time. I would make sure I played as safe, as diligent as I could this round. You want to ensure you get this one, because like you said, yes, theoretically, if it's 12-2, there is absolutely a path to victory if you can come back. But having to win 10 rounds in a row in any video game, let alone when the circumstance, has been the Saints honestly controlling the pace, dictating kind of what's happening this game. That is a tall task, and it just got a whole lot taller when your best player falls.
It's tough to see Tokyo has been picked off at the start of a lot of these rounds, and it's meant almost no entry to be had for the side of FIU.
Oh, they have no other entry.
They have no other entry. I mean, they have the utility to make the space, but you have to give up one of these kind of support characters, these initiators and controllers. You have to give them up and make them take the place of the entry, and then you're foregoing their utility to be in that kind of supporting role when you want that to go all to supporting Tokyo as he tries to get in there.
Yeah, C-Long is the flavor of the day for the Saints right now. They got some Astra util burned out there. They're working on how do they want to execute this. Furzon has a very good idea how to play this one, though. In the short quarter with the shorty. Sushi, though, that dash actually very well timed to get past that shotgun. Sushi still working on the backside of sight. Buttercup has been so good with this Sheriff, too. Finding another headshot for tapping is going to take down Waffle, though. That is going to be a Paranoid, a dark cover, and that is a whole lot of dead Florida members all left onto one here. You are not playing for a save 11-2 with the Sheriff. Come on. He's going to go for a swing here, surely.
Yeah, he's just going for the reposition around Garage.
I was going to say, that. What a weird thing to do, but this makes more sense.
Yeah, try to reposition yourself, cut noise for a while. Ems, I mean, you see he's a lot more concerned with this window right now. With the swing right back over. Spray transfer, little flick spray transfer with the Ares in hand. Secure it up
Here
for
you just
match
said
point.
flick spray transfer with the Ares.
I don't
That's
know.
where we're at
Like,
this game,
I
though.
mean, he started spraying at the window, but then he still flicked over. So does it count as a spray transfer? Is it just a flick at that point?
No,
I don't really know. Like,
I would say yes, it absolutely counts. The Saints right now looking pretty damn good. FIU now, though, we're going to see a couple rifles, but because they kind of did that pseudo half save, half force last round, they're not going to be able to grab those full 5 rifles that we're used to. They realized anyways, though, if they didn't win that last round, being down 12-2, yes, the game's not over, but the game is almost as good as done. Tokyo lands one bullet, 2 members there, isn't going to find any kills, but he has chipped down these health bars. The Paranoid Dizzy, the Saints are going to execute over on B. Sushi's good for 1 kill. Tokyo answers back with the Marshall, but Caillou ain't done yet. He's good for 1 more. Buttercup does trade that one back. Hunter's Fury online for him as well. Plant is going to go down on B. Hunter's Fury now going to get invested, though, trying to find these members. More tapping and M's just going to narrowly escape, and the Saints have control of the site in this 3v3.
Plaza finds the first one to maybe be able to crack this open.
Oh, we saw him.
Spots him out. 4-tapping gets to crouch and just wait out time here. Time is of the essence. Is tapped one more time. It's tough to make that peak. Buttercup picks up their 3rd of the round and shuts this down. Map not over just yet. But for how long? I mean, you have to take 9 rounds straight here if you're FIU. It's just one of those tasks that really starts to seem impossible when you think about it.
And silver lining for the Saints, even if FIU were to make this a 12-5, 12-6 game, St. Clair will then be on the loss bonus, and they will have a chance every single round to force all the way out. Then at that point, you're waiting for those ultimates to start to chain together. Then you're going to try to really get those setups going and really invested. But for this round, it's going to be 8 heavy armor, 2 light for all these members. It is going to be that mix of Phantom and Vandal, though. So Caillou has Thrash in the back pocket. No other ultis to speak of. Buttercup, couple pop shots there toward the entry. Try to slow down this Saints push once again. But A-Site being eyed up for the moment. Rotation could always come through, but the way they're taking this space, I would be a little bit surprised to see it. FIU's making a good read, though.
Oh yeah! Monster on the loose!
There's Crash to come out, start this one off. Tokyo shuts down Sushi, and now there's detains on site. Tokyo dizzied up in the corner, so much damage to come through, and suddenly the player advantage has flipped towards the side of the Saints. The Killjoy lockdown coming through from Sushi. Plaza,
Nice challenge, actually.
that is a great decision to make, actually. Yeah, just start challenging that one out. The timing
Oh, Ems.
not going to be in favor. Ems has to spray that one down. He jumps past through. Shock Dart, it's going to do a good amount of damage. This is down to the wire. Turret is dropped. Turret not going to spot out Ems just yet.
Ems has to reload.
Sonar Dart with the reveal. He's just got to play time, but that's so hard. You're caught in that corner. Turret set up right in front of him. Plaza finishes that one off, and split-second decision-making when that lockdown is dropped is the reason he is where he is right now, the reason he makes that clutch. Shutting down for tapping there was huge.
Listen, he's a Killjoy player. He knows exactly the play to make when that lockdown gets burned. And FIU, operator now on the table for Tokyo, does have the Blade Storm if he so chooses. The Saints right now, this is that kind of in-between round. You're going to be stuck on a bit of a hodgepodge here. SMG's a shorty over onto Sushi. No Blade Storm quite yet. Is one orb away. Steph also one tick off that ultimate as well. But FIU, with these weapons, should be looking at 12-5, especially Tokyo now having this operator. The Saints are going to be in for a nasty surprise. Oh,
Wins
well.
the first shot. Caillou with that Phantom shuts down Tokyo. Blade Storm going to be popped by Sushi. He's not able to find any. It's a lot of damage onto Plaza. Plaza still alive on this site somehow. The classic to shut them down. 1 for 1 for 1 for 1 for 1. Keeper going as the trades come through. 2 players left alive. Aladrone onto the site. The spike was planted. Shout out Wingman for that one.
Yeah.
Fake TP towards the middle of the site.
Last player
That shock dart's not going to be good. Seth finds
well
one.
kinda
He's
saved him
isolated
there.
He's isolated it down to a 1v1, and he's able to TP out. The ultimate's good. It brings him into Cubby. Now he just gets to wait and wait.
Oh!
What a shot! The one tap through the smoke. It was bound to happen eventually. I just thought it would be, you know, a few more body shots to finish that one off. Kind of caught me off guard there.
I thought it'd be the spray, not an execution. Just a nice little tap through the Astra smoke. That is going to be enough. And funny thing is, in that round, I think Zerfon's Astra Well actually got Seth back to safety behind that mid box faster than he would have got otherwise. Might have been a couple of bullets in his back for his trouble there, but the Saints take Haven in dominant fashion. Lotus was a lot closer. FIU showed how scrappy they were, but the Saints make this 1-1. They want to make this top 8 matchup go the distance, and go the distance we shall. We're going to send it to a break. We're going to come back after, and Pearl will be our final destination for the evening.
Map 3 to finish out the night. It's been a long one here. Quicker map 2 than map 1 for sure in terms of scoreline, in terms of straight up length there. No text balls to speak of. Getting in, Pearl looks like FIU, they know their setup here. They're going to insta-lock this out. Buttercup, another agent for him in this third map. Fade to be picked up. Tokyo moving on to that Viper. And, you know, almost responded in kind from the side of the Saints. You do see a Viper, but we are not seeing an Astro. We're not seeing...
Viper Harbor is... The thing with Harbor, he's a good controller, but he's that secondary controller. So Viper Harbor
can't be your main.
Yeah, Viper Harbor is kind of like that new 1-2 punch for controllers. On Icebox, especially on Pearl to some lesser degree, I see it. Pearl and Icebox are the two maps that Harbor and Viper kind of that double. It's more of like a mobile controller kind of setup. You have Seth with the blast packs. Assuming Seth actually does lock in raids, we usually don't see Seth busting out the duelist, but. Looks like that hover is going to turn into a lock in just a moment here because otherwise I'm not sure who we'd pick, but there's a lock in. So the Saints right now starting on attack. They definitely want to mobilize. They want to hit sites quick. They want to try to create these funny off angles. The side for Florida International, a little bit more, I guess, standard fare for the defense. You have the Astra, you have the Viper. You're just trying to hunker down, lock these sites down, and use that Neon and that Fade to try to take space.
Yeah, exactly. And then, of course, you got your skies for both sides. Going to be providing those flashes, a little bit of intel, healing, of course. And the Seekers just such like almost like a perfect ultimate in that sense.
Perfectly balanced.
You know, it gives you only targets out 3 people on the enemy team, seeks to them, you can destroy it. Should you be, you know, really, I guess what's the opposite of proactive? Inactive in destroying it. You're gonna get nearsighted up, you're gonna get slowed down, but there's a lot of counterplay to it. Even with that counterplay, still gives good intel and the like. It never feels like a waste of an ultimate.
Yeah, at worst, it tells you the direction someone is.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty decent if you have no idea.
Least.
Yeah. Bare minimum, you at least have an inkling where, especially on a map like Lotus, right? That use the Seekers go, oh, all 3 are going to be. There's nothing going on at A. We can freely take this site. Pearl, though, much larger map, only 2 of those sites. Has a couple similarities to Lotus in the fact that it is absolutely Lurk City all over the map. You see a lot of these T side rotations come through. You see the attacking side end up flipping around. But it is pistol, so it's going to be probably this usual B stack. Harbor Viper setup going to come through. Trailblazer to scout things out. The paint shell's back toward Hall there. Steph with the blast pack, the jump finds first blood.
Nice. He's able to pop himself out, find a second as well, thanks to that blast pack. Now Waffle down here alt mid, Buttercup first on. They have to make these longer rotations here, but Saints have pretty much moved all 5 back down towards B long, and it's going to be a wide open site for the side of FIU to take a look at. It's this classic hold of just find that plant B on Pearl, you know you're sending it long. Buttercup getting super close into these Astras. Double paint shell kills Seth. 4K in the pistol round. Final one picked up by 4 tapping and pistol round. Shut down, locked down by the Saints.
Seth once again pointing to his galaxy-sized brain, especially the fact that I'm not sure we have seen Seth actually on the Rays. It's been either some combination of Gub when he was playing, 4 tapping has played the Rays. We may have seen Sushi or Ems pick it up here or there on one map, but it's usually
on the split. We've seen Sushi and Ems play Rays on the split.
Because Rays Jet is like the 2 duel. If you play 2 duelists on split, it's Rays Jet usually.
But yeah, like you said, haven't really seen Seth on the Rays himself, although Pearl in general from the Saints, Rays has been a staple pick for them. The question is just who, and this is
has Seth even played duelist? I don't even think he's played a duelist.
He's pretty well.
Because Sushi and Ems are playing Jet.
He's been almost like insta-lock Killjoy for most of the season.
Bot coming back.
But I mean, that's the
impressive
beauty of having a wide pool here. You can play anything from the Killjoy all the way over to that Rays. Waffle shut down in the first one. Onto that long, Seth
plays a lot of Killjoy, and Killjoy is a Sentinel. So, Daniil, I'm going to have to refute that just slightly. Ems, though, he's going to find a kill with the Trailblazer, actually.
That was a little help from the snake fights there.
Yeah, I'm not sure how often I've seen that one, but it is going to be, thank you for the well played there, Daniil. I knew it was. Saints, though, they know this site has been well played as well. They're in a 5v3. They got a kill with the Trailblazer, so things are going quite swimmingly. Buttercup does have the Haunt and 1 Prowler to try to scout things out, but scouting things out weapon disadvantage definitely going to lean the Saints' favor. You can see they're getting ready with that guiding light. Sky's pretty jacked too, and it's going to take a lot to throw that bird. They're going to send that guiding light, and they're going to send bullets into Furzon, and they're looking to send this second round into the ether.
Here. Poison's off.
Yeah, just wait this
I'll
one
find
out.
you.
Buttercup,
Last
he's
player
going to use that
standing.
haunt. Destroyed immediately though, and you're pretty much just waiting it out at that point. Another one where the Saints have picked up the pistol, picked up the bonus, and now question is, will they be able to keep this momentum going? You're only working with Spectres now. The other side from FIU got those rifles on lock. Couple light armors to work with. Not the perfect buy you're looking for, but they did force out a little bit in that last round.
And Tokyo is playing Viper on defense, so realistically, that SMG is going to be about as good as a rifle, because if your Viper is dry...
vulnerable, like...
Yeah, if your Viper is dry peeking with a rifle, you should get them off a Viper. That is that is usually the first rule of thumb. You set up a one-way, you play for these off angles, keep yourself alive as long as you can to have those snake bites for that post plant. The Saints now opting to go look over at A, but FIU has a pretty good read on things, but Pearl rotations are a big part of it. Tokyo rotates through mid, takes down Caillou for tapping, answers back with one of his own. So we're going to play this round out with no Viper.
No Viper from either side here, but realistically, I think that hurts the attacking side from the Saints a little more than the defenders from FIU,
Astra,
because they also have Astra, and you're playing on the defense, right? The attacking Viper wall is huge to try and split up. Right now, it's set up on that B site, but it completely splits that site in half. It looks like B might be what they're looking for. Anyway, this spike is still pretty well towards mid for tapping there.
Look at FIU up in mid too, trying to get saucy
These
here.
are some interesting rotations
This is
from
Pearl,
both teams.
though.
It's like reactionary, this push and pull from both sides. The second one kind of cue comes off, you see FIU rotating in response, back and forth. Now looks like A is going to be our
30
point
seconds
of action for this last 30 seconds, though.
Yeah, they have a very good inkling that this A site is going to get hit upon in just a few seconds here. Waffle is going to send the guiding light. The Harbor Ult, though, is going to get invested there, and Snap's going to blast pack on site. Blast packs into that headshot, though. Waffle's going to take him down. Now it's going to be M trying to WQ with the guiding light.
Flag.
Finds a big double blind, finds the first one. Spray transfer for 2. Ems is trying to clean things up, and Plaza's doing a good job, too. That's 1 kill with the Phantom. Swings, finds the second. Ems has a great blank, so much chip damage, but can't find the finish. Look at the health bars. It doesn't get closer than that. I think that's 26 total HP between the members. Just 2 bullets making all the difference.
That was a
Oh, so close.
down to the wire, sweat rolling down your forehead. That was a tough round to have to take a loss on, but a great win for Plaza there.
Yeah.
In the back line, he's able to pick up 3. Just some beautiful repositioning around that center box there on A, and shut down 1. Isolate your gunfights, played to perfection there by Plaza. You're able to shut down what would have been a 3-0 from the Saints. Keep it in a much closer score line. Give your team a little bit of economy to work with. A little bit of cash in the pockets, and now Saints. Keep in mind, though, that was Saints' bonus, advance, whatever you want to call it there. They were carrying those weapons over from the second round, so they're going to be truly fully bought up here. And Plaza, he's going to be stuck trying to hold down B site with Justin Aries.
Yeah, B site looking pretty open right now, but we know how good the LMGs have been. We just saw how M's popped off with those guns. That is nice little tracking. Seth is going to catch a couple strays there, but the Boombot is going to be that answer. Seth down to HP, just a decay though, trying to find the spray down up into heaven here. That LMG spray so close to taking down one of these members. Sushi looks like he was almost going to be the victim there. The fast lane is going to get popped out of heaven there. Plaza, he loves the WQ. He's going to get on site as quickly as he gets on. Seth takes him off. That showstopper now going to be in hand as well. Fires that one toward the side. Not going to find anything. Waffle looking for the re-engage here. Seth looks like he's got a read on it. The spray is going to be good. Traded back by Sushi though. And M's taking down one more member. Now we're into a 2v2 though. St. Clair does still have control of the site. Buttercup does have to play off the backside here. Has the C's, has a little bit of util to use, but that haunt is not going to be back up, and this timer is low.
Last player standing.
Timer is a big factor here. Buttercup looking to just go with the spike at this point. It's gonna blow. We might have multiple deaths here. Actually, both Saints make it out in the nick of time, and Buttercup down for the count. 3-1. Saints continuing this dominance here on Pearl. on this attacking side. FIU, tough buys to make this round.
Yeah, this is going to be, I will say, the Guardian, the way Tokyo has been using it, Pearl is probably one of the better maps to try to find these Guardian picks. Whether you play from far off on the backside of A, you can play B long, you can even try to cut off one of these mid-rotations by playing Art, by playing that other side of the map. So there's a couple nice little angles you can find, but he has a Hero Guardian and 4 pistols surrounding him. That is going to be a nice early kill for Seth. Gets 1 ult charge. That's going to secure them that orb. Honestly, that's going to secure them the round, I'll say it right now.
Trail.
They set up the wall.
Neon ult.
Harbor wall set up towards A. Caillou finds 1 on this lurk. There's 1 more. He's got to look towards. Waffle picks that one up. There's picks back on the other side of the map. The plant is going to be good. Thanks to a nice little Harbor bubble. Tokyo shots with the Guardian are going to be good. You talked about the Hero Guardian. Just any player to have it on Tokyo is going to be your pick. Sprays through the wall. Tokyo gets shut down. Guardian still picked up. Sushi back into a corner. Seekers on their way. Double flashed up. Sushi having a tough time seeing really anything on his screen right now.
Yeah, luckily those flashes are only limited, you know. Now he's going to have some time to try to get the timing with Ems, though. They know Sushi's pinned down, but they don't know where Ems is. That is 1 kill over to Ems. Diffuse getting started. They know where Sushi is, though. It's all in the timing. Buttercup trying to find the wall bang. Has to guess where Sushi is. Guess is correct, though. Finds finds the kill, but Sushi, fantastic job. Pinned down for 25 seconds. Eats about 912 flashes. Ends up staying alive with Ems just long enough to get that round over to the Saints, who will not be able to put together a great buy once again. It's going to be a couple of those rifles, and now we're going to see Plaza grabbing the operator, the rest of these members grabbing these rifles up. But for the Saints, great thing about that round, yes, you used the Seekers, but you got Seekers out the other way, and you immediately shut down that Neon ult. 2 massive tools.
Yeah, it's going to send those 2 players right back down to 0-1 points in the back pocket. Now, you're close to this Viper's Pit. You're close to this lockdown. The next few rounds are looking strong for you, and if Seth can get down long quickly here, possibly with the help of this Harbor wall right here, it's going to move forward. Should give Seth a little bit of time behind it. Seth gets shut down. Plaza, quick one on the right side. He's not going to get traded out either. Just sprints away from that one, sprinting out of this Harbor ultimate, as well as all of this util set up in the backside, giving them so much space. Look at all of the space FIU is giving, because they know that they can't really contest anything when that Harbor ult is down.
Yeah, they also have some bit of util for retake, having the Fade ult, the Nightfall, there it is. You can send the Prowlers, you can send the Haunts as well. Sushi is going to get marked up. The Prowler probably shortly to follow. No Prowlers left, actually. Does have the C still, Plaza. Gonna find the W key. Yeah, is going to find the trade for tapping. Answers back, though. Nightfall now going to be expired. Plaza pops on the defuse for just a moment, but it's going to be the lockdown actually getting invested. So the Saints, they do not want to let this round go away. The Viper Pit comes down, but the spray down comes through too. 2 Saints find frags. This Spike in a very, very hard position. Yeah, Buttercup, that's going to be a detain. That is a wall of bullets, my friend. He is going to survive for the moment, but that moment is merely a passing moment in time. Spike will claim Buttercup. Saints will claim their 5th round.
5-1 right now. Saints, I mean, what happened? FIU.
Totally different team, it looks like, I know.
Totally different from both sides here. Saints.
And they were heroing like Op and Guardian
just
kills.
On top of FIU right now. Cannot be stopped. Even with early picks, Plaza finds a quick one on to Seth. It all seems to go FIU's way until 3 kills suddenly taken inside of, through a Viper wall or through some kind of utility. A vulnerable comes through. Ems finds 2. Caillou finds 1. Suddenly it's flipped on its head. The rounds all go towards the advantage of the Saints. A side looking to be the point of action here. Sushi.
I like watching Sushi draw the wall on the mid-map.
Yeah, he picks it out, draws it out.
Bobbing and weaving.
Guys, I'm going for this one, I'm going for this one.
Yeah, zigging and zagging there, but it's going to be that heavy util set toward the backside of site there, trying to clear out these off angles, but FIU, they're going to go for the engage. The Guiding Light, not going to find anything, but Ems Phantom is going to find the head of Furzon. That is a gorgeous full blind from Waffle, but Sushi and Ems right now, the 2-man game is working wonders. Caillou wants to get involved as well. And all of a sudden, what was an eco round? Tokyo, nice headshot. He's been finding these left and right the entire game, but The only thing about those headshots, they do not translate to round wins, especially when you're in these consistent 1v3, 1v4 situations. So he picked up a Phantom, or that's Caillou rather. I think Sheriff, another kill over onto Seth. Tokyo right now is finding exits, but Caillou gonna put a stop to that one, put a stop to that momentum. And right now, 6-1 for the Saints.
I can hold an area pretty well myself.
6-1, a
Make sure to
convincing
cover angles out
6-1. You got to keep that one in mind. There's been rounds where it has come down to the 1v1s. It's come down to the spike timer. It's come down to a very well played post plant.